Hey everyone, this is Dan Mum with Berkshire Hathaway, and this week I'm going to be talking about why the wintertime is actually a great time to list your home for sale. Okay, so this week I'm going to be talking about why the wintertime is actually a great time to list your home for sale. One of the most common things we hear in real estate is that people tend to wait until after the holidays to list their home or maybe buy another home because they think the time might not be good. But it actually is not the case, and here's 4 reasons why. The first reason is supply and demand, and this makes pretty clear sense if you think about it. Most people are thinking that they're going to wait until the springtime because that's the better time to sell their home. So what happens in the springtime then? Well, everyone lists their home at the same time, generally between January and March, and it results in an oversupply of homes. And as you know, when there's more supply, the prices actually go down. And so it actually takes you longer to sell your home in a lot of cases in the springtime because there's just more choices that buyers have. Now, the great thing if you're selling and buying together, if you list your home over the holidays and you're under contract, you have a buyer for your home over the holidays, then you take advantage of that market and then you move into the springtime to buy when there's actually more supply and you have a lot more leverage to negotiate. It's actually a great thing to consider if you're doing both. So that's one reason to supply and demand. The next reason is that Vegas as a market is very non-seasonal, as I've mentioned in other videos. It's very transient here, except for some of the more high-end markets, high-end areas, and some of the more established neighborhoods. Most of the homes here people are moving in and out all the time. It's very transient. So we're not really affected by that holiday season as much as some of the more rural markets are. A third reason is that the amount of days that we lose because of the holidays is actually overblown a little bit. There's really only 3 or 4 days that you're losing: New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving. Outside of that, there's still a lot of buyers looking who are serious. And that leads me to my 4th point, which is there's less Looky Loos over the holidays. So when we work with sellers, they're frustrated all the time because there's a lot of people who look for homes sometimes who aren't really qualified, who are kind of just time wasters, or as we call them, Looky Loos. And that's frustrating, right? You're trying to sell your house, you're getting it cleaned up all the time, you're going out of your way to come home and make sure it looks good, and then you have all these people walking through who just aren't serious or don't really have a strong motivation to buy. You lose a lot of that over the holidays because the only people looking then are people who are more serious. So those are 4 great reasons to consider listing your home over the holidays. Now, it doesn't make sense in all cases. Of course, people have situations. And personal situations which cause them to wait until after. But the main purpose of this video is to explain that you should not wait until after just because you hear that it's not a good time, because in most cases it's actually a great time. It might even be an advantage to do it then. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys. My contact information is below. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you.